what up? Alright, how we going, guys? So, today we're doing something very exciting. We are visiting the studio of our close friend Christine. We're about to roll up onto her house. What do you think, Rory?
I don't know what to expect.
I don't know what to expect either. But we're almost here.
Yeah, I guess it's going to be mad no matter what because it's Christine.
It's going to look so cool. It's going to be super cute. Jesus Christ. Fuck, man. That's... wow.
Hello. Hello.
I really thought you guys. I was like, did I do something?
Which one's your dad's factory?
It is just like plastic. And welcome to my studio space. I set this up with my older sister Steph. We both graduated from creative courses last year, so I finished up with industrial design and Steph finished up with photography. So this space actually used to be like just an empty room that we used to store old furniture and stuff in, and it wasn't really being used at all. So when we finished up, we asked our dad if we could just turn it into a little studio space, and he said as long as we just use it for something good and better than what it was being used currently as, that we could kind of just do it up. So yeah, we've got a whole bunch of little things up here. Like I brought all my design books and we set up our little desks and everything. And Dad made us like a little bench made out of recycled timber. But yeah, we just use it as a little space to just come and get some work done and not be distracted. And we set aside hours to just pop up here and just get creative things kind of out on paper. And yeah, I remember when I was little, I used to type up like fairy tales in my own words, and I know at home we have like a little like Red Riding Hood book that I typed up like just as I remembered it, and then I would type them up, print them out, and then do illustrations for them. So I've got like a bunch of those. Mum has like archives of like things we used to do when we were little, so I've got that at home. But when I found out I wanted to do industrial design, because I always thought I was going to do architecture up until like halfway through year 11. But in year 11, our VisCom teacher invited like 2 ex-students from our high school to come in and talk about the courses they were doing. And one was doing landscape architecture, and then the other girl was doing industrial design. And I remember she came in with like earrings that she'd like laser cut herself, and like she walked in and she was like, oh, I made these, and then showed us all these projects that she'd been working on. And I was like, what is this course? Like I'd never heard about it before. And then I knew that I wanted to like look out for that course when I was at like open days and everything from like year 11 and 12. And then as soon as I saw all the works like at Monash and RMIT, I was like, this is what I want to do. And then that was it. So I knew I wanted to do industrial design. And then along the way I figured out I wanted to focus more on like homewares and textiles from there. I guess I work in a stationery store, so that kind of triggered my whole love for like to-do lists and things like that. But yeah, I always keep like multiple to-do lists on the go. Like I have one on the whiteboard over there, which is like my long-term to-do list. So like registering like my own business and other little things like that. And then I have my my more short-term to-do list, which is on my desk, and that one's just things that I need to get done like within the week. Like if I need to email someone or put together a little inspiration board for a project that I'm freelancing for, or like doing an edit on something, or just sketching up ideas like to hopefully start my own business soon. And then I also, this is the first time I've ever done it, but I set up a vision board for this year. And the way that I've set up my vision board is like firstly with just like a few little like colourful like inspirational quotes and things like that. And then also on the right hand side I've set up a goals section, and the idea of that is that there's like 9 little pins, and I use like a little note cube with a hole in the centre, so I can kind of write all my goals down, and then once I've finished one of them I can pull it off and put it in a little jar, so at the end of the year I can kind of see what I've accomplished and then replace it with another goal once that's all done. But yeah, setting goals is really important to me because I feel like once it's written down, it's there, and you've got to either tick it off or you've got to accomplish it. So then you can get closer to reaching what the end goal is. I feel like it's really important to kind of break it up into smaller steps to kind of get to the big picture. I think our family, like my family's always been supportive of like whatever me and my sisters have done. Like my older sister started doing science and then realised she didn't love it and just finished it off just so she could get her degree, and then took a year off and found that she loved photography and then went that way. But they've always been supportive in like me doing design, my sister doing design, and my other sister doing teaching, just as long as we do what we love and just put our 100% into whatever we do. But yeah.
I love it. It looks fantastic. It's nothing like what it used to look like up there. It's just so beautiful and so girly now. It used to be a real man office, but it looks fantastic now. I think it means a lot to her because now it's somewhere where it's her own space and she can do whatever she wants up there. She doesn't have to worry if she leaves things around the house like we used to try and get all her work done everywhere, and she can actually have meetings with people, and it's just her own space. Her future is going to be very bright and she's going to do very well. I know she will.
I would love to do a range for Hey, which is it's like a homewares and textile brand that's based in Denmark, I think it is. And they just have the most beautiful, like simple and contemporary things, and I just think it would be so much fun to be able to do a range or something in collaboration with them. There's a project I want to revisit, but I really loved in 3rd year of uni I made like a little tea set, and it was like made to like declutter the Melbourneian brunch setting, and it was essentially just like a stackable like ceramic piece that had like a cup for like tea, and then it had like a little vessel for like milk and a little vessel for sugar, and you could just put that on the table at a cafe, and that was really fun. I really want to like revisit that and like rethink it and make it a product if I could. But then also visually I really loved like my final year project, which was the cradle kit, which I can show you. I got a little one there after. Yeah. So this little table here, it has 3 things that I can explain. So the little runner was something that I made at my first screen printing class. So I did that with my twin sister Nicole, and we did it at Homework, which is located on Dawson Street, Brunswick, and they run a whole bunch of different classes like screen printing and weaving and macrame and everything. And we've done another screen printing class since then, but that was the very first one that I made. And then there's the little coasters there as well, which I just did off like a little Pinterest DIY tutorial. And the little plant our friends Vincent and Andrea bought for us as like a little like home warming present for the studio. Steph and I made the wall over there. And that one is hopefully going to be like our client wall. So we've got our first picture with Vincent, who I mentioned earlier, that's doing the watches and everything. Because we're going to be taking some photos for his website and to like promote the watches and everything. So he's our first client on the wall, but we're hoping that that ends up getting all filled up with like all different people that we've like helped out to do some things for. I showed Dannebrog before, but my favourite book is the Susu pattern book, which Susu was a fabric designer and he worked for Marimekko, who is one of my favourite textile companies ever. But I got it while I was in Japan, and it has the most beautiful cover, but I can't read anything in it because it's all in Japanese. But it has the most beautiful visuals and stuff in it, and I love it because it's the first book that everyone goes to grab when they go to the bookcase. And I'm like,
Oh, really?
that's my favourite book. I don't know if it's just the colours on the side or whatever, but everyone grabs it first.
Maybe.
It is so pretty. Thanks for coming by, guys. I'll see you soon. What this space is used for is
Thanks for showing us around, Christine.